I discovered that in the book that we were reading before, Mouse Soup, there were more stories at the end of the book, so I guess there were more than was initially listed in the table of content. Yeah. So we're going to take a break from that book, and we're going to try The Silver Slippers by Elizabeth Coda Callan. She's also the author of The Magic Locket. So we'll try and read this one. And this one's a little lengthier than the short stories in the other books, so we'll do just this one for tonight. And then we'll have some more for tomorrow. Love you guys. Hope all is well. And yeah, I definitely miss you guys. I'm sure I'm thinking about you at this point quite a bit. So, book 5, day 5. 2 more days. And I come back on the 8th day, so, right? Something like that, yeah. So, The Silver Slippers. Here we go. See if we can get that image in there. Once there was a little girl who dreamed of being a ballerina. She longed for a day when she would dance on stage before a large audience. But until that day came, she danced before a small one. You can see her dancing in front of her cat, some teddy bears, and a doll. Twice a week, the little girl took ballet lessons after school. Can you see that? Yeah. She practiced at class and she practiced at home. Ballet posters on the walls of her room inspired her. But no matter how hard she tried, she never could get into exactly the same position as the one that was on the poster. In class, she was never quite in step. The little girl was frequently discouraged. One day, the teacher told the class that there was to be a ballet recital. I haven't decided who will be the prima ballerina and lead the other dancers, she said. The prima ballerina, thought the little girl. I would really like to be the prima ballerina. But then she remembered her last practice session at the bar. Oh, I could never be the prima ballerina. Not the way I dance now, she thought. And you can see her dreaming and hanging out with her friends in front of her instructor. That afternoon, the little girl hurried home and told her mother about the ballet recital. She told her about her longing to be a star ballerina. I think you can do it, said her mother. You just have to practice, maybe even a bit more than the other girls. You have to decide what you want. The little girl thought about what her mother had said. She decided that she really wanted to be a prima ballerina. It's a little bright. I'll edit this hopefully and that'll look better. You can see the little girl and her mom talking in the kitchen. I don't know if that's a social commentary on what the writer thinks a woman's place is in, but let's think the best and assume not. The next day, while the little girl was practicing, her mother came into the room. I have something for you, she said. She handed the little girl a small white box that was tied with a beautiful silver bow. The little girl untied the bow and opened the box. There, resting on a small cushion of velvet, was a pair of tiny silver slippers on a silver chain. These slippers are special, said the little girl's mother. They will help you become the prima ballerina by reminding you of what you want. The little girl put on the necklace and looked into the mirror. The silver slippers glistened in the light. She wondered how a necklace could help her become the prima ballerina. This is almost reminiscent of Lord of the Rings with the ring, only, I guess, a silver necklace instead. Perhaps the Eye of Sauron will appear to her and help her dance better. For the next few weeks, the little girl worked very hard. Every spare moment, she practiced. When her friends played outside, she practiced. When they went to the movies, she practiced. And all the time she practiced, she wore the silver slippers. Days went by and the little girl danced better. Weeks passed and the little girl continued to improve. The teacher saw how hard the little girl had practiced and how much better she was dancing. When it was time to choose the lead dancer, the teacher chose the little girl. The little girl rushed home after class to tell her mother the news. Her mother gave her a big hug. I knew you could do it, she said. You can see her running in with her necklace and the mom waiting to embrace her. For the next 2 weeks, the little girl continued to practice. The big day arrived. The little girl was excited and a bit nervous. After supper, she went to her room to get dressed. She put on a pink tutu and pink ballet shoes, and around her neck she wore the silver slippers. Her mother tied her hair with a satin bow. That night the school was aglow with lights when the little girl and her mother arrived. The little girl had never seen the school lit up like that. All the ballerinas were in a flutter backstage. Most of them were already in their costumes, putting on their makeup. The little girl's mother helped her redden her lips and put pink on her cheeks. Looking in the mirror, she thought she looked quite like a ballerina, but she certainly didn't feel like one. What if I miss a step? What if I trip on the stage? What if I can't do it? The little girl thought to herself. Now the little girl heard strains of music coming from below the stage. The performance was about to begin. It was then that something unexpected happened. While still in the wings, the little girl had a chance to look out at the audience. She became frightened. How can I dance in front of all these people? She said. I know I have dreamed about dancing on stage, but I didn't think I would feel so nervous. You can see her standing there looking at the crowd. Then she remembered the silver slippers and what her mother said. These are special slippers, she thought. When I see them, I remember what I want to do. I do want to be a prima ballerina. I've worked hard and practiced. I have danced all the steps before, many times before, and I can do it again. Just then the piano sounded and it sounded her entrance. The little girl took a deep breath and began to dance onto the stage. She started a little shakily, but with each twirl and spin she came more confident. What's more, she never missed a step. The curtain fell and applause filled the auditorium. And after the performance, the teacher came up to the stage and presented the little girl with a bouquet of red roses for the most improved ballerina, who became the star ballerina, she said. The audience cheered, especially the little girl's mother. From now on, the little girl wore the silver slippers every time she practiced. And on the days when she was learning a new step or one that was especially difficult, she would practice harder. And it was true. The silver slippers were special, for they reminded her what she really wanted, which was to dance her very best. The end. I like that story. There's a little kind of work hard, push through, and things will work out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good day. I miss you guys. I love you, Adeline. I love your story. I love you, Alicia. And hope you guys enjoyed that one. Miss you.